Welcome back to the Dr. Jonette channel. This is your channel for healthy longevity through 4 principles that are time-honored and passed down through generations of my family of longevity. My mom will be 102 next year, and it's these principles that I am sharing with you in these videos and on this channel. So let's learn some more about healthy longevity in today's video on how to make your own oregano-infused or any herb-infused oil. Don't forget to watch all the way to the end though, because you may be interested in not so much how to make an herb-infused oil, but a herb tincture, which is a concentrated form of the oil from a herb. We're going to start with making a solution to acidify our herbs. One of the problems with making herb-infused oils is that when you put that either fresh or dried herb into the oil, it is in an anaerobic. That means there's no air environment, and an environment that doesn't have oxygen or air is an environment that botulism can grow in. You've probably heard what botulism can do. Some people get botulism injections, but if you ingest botulism, it can paralyze your breathing system and kill you. So you don't want botulism. But botulism cannot grow in an acidic environment. So we are going to make our herb-infused oil safe today by adding our herb to a citric acid solution. The pH of this solution is about 3. By bringing down the pH of our solution, we are able to then have a safe herb-infused oil. I'm adding 1 tablespoon of citric acid. If you don't have citric acid, go to my website and click on the link. Actually scroll down, click on the link, that'll take you out to my website, and there's a link there where you can also purchase citric acid. And we want to let that citric acid dissolve in our 2 cups of water. I want to talk a little bit about why oregano is so good for you. And what are some of the medicinal and health benefits and longevity benefits of oregano? Probably the most important benefit is it has a very key antioxidant, carvacol, but also 8 other antioxidants. Antioxidants are those substances that protect our cells against free radical damage. Free radical damage causes aging of our skin, aging of our heart, and aging of our bodies of our cell, and particularly can cause cognitive decline, dementia, and all kinds of problems with our brain. So incorporating antioxidants into our diet is a great way to have a healthier longevity. In addition to the carvacol, it also has another substance called thymol, which gives it some of its medicinal properties, which are, it is an antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial. So if you infuse the oregano into an olive oil solution, then rub it on your skin, it has some great natural antibacterial properties for your skin as well as antifungal properties for your skin. I have a jar here that's about 2 cups, and I have washed and dried the oregano that I picked a couple of hours ago, and I'm going to go ahead and put it right into this jar here and pour the citric acid solution over top of the oregano. Get that out of the way. You can see some of it sticking up, and I've filled it actually almost to overfilling because I am going to go ahead and put a lid on it, and that lid will hold the oregano underneath the citric acid solution. You want to make sure that all of the oregano is underneath the citric acid solution. And 24 hours later, you are ready to put it into your carrier oil. Your carrier oil is nothing more than the oil that you are going to put your oregano into. So sometimes you'll find that letting it sit for that 24 hours in the acidic solution may discolor it a little bit. Sometimes it seems to discolor it more than other times. And I just take it right out of that acetic acid solution. Be careful you don't get any of the acid solution. It's not going to burn you or anything like that, but it might not be the greatest for your clothes. So you don't want to spill a lot of it on your clothes. A few drops, not a problem. And I'm going to pat that dry, and we'll go ahead and show you how to add it to your carrier oil, whether it's coconut oil, olive oil. I've used grapeseed oil, and even you could even use vegetable oil if you wanted to use vegetable oil. I like the olive oil or the grapeseed oil for using for culinary purposes. Coconut oil, I'll use that for more medicinal purposes, like a rub on the skin or something like that. So let's set this aside here. And you can see I made this. This has now been infusing probably about 4 weeks, and it's ready to eat or ready to use. Let's go ahead and I usually put it stem down because I kind of like how it floats in the oil. And sometimes I'll put it, I think I'm going to put it down. I want to find one where the stem, where the leaves go almost all the way to the bottom there. Kind of just tilt it on its side and shake it in. Shake, shake, shake. And I don't think we'll use all of this oregano in here. The more oregano you are going to put in your bottle, the more quickly the flavor will fuse into the olive oil. And you don't want to stuff it though. You want to have room for it to kind of float a little bit. And you can see here it kind of turns a little different color and kind of floats up a little bit like that. And let's go ahead and pour some olive oil. I think I have enough. So what kind of olive oil do you want to use? You want to find some organic, extra virgin olive oil. And I read an article a while back about all of the different types of olive oil and how some of them aren't even don't have that much olive oil in them. So do your research, or what I discovered was that after doing my research that Kirkland is one of the brands of olive oil that is one of the better brands. Let's just put it that way. According to my research. Your research may find something else. I don't know. But the other thing is I love these little bottles like this because they've got a nice stopper on the top that you can really seal it so it doesn't leak. What are you going to do now? Now this is going to go in a cool, dark place for about a month. Check it after a couple of weeks and see if it's got enough flavor. If it does, you can use it. And if it doesn't, then let it sit another couple of weeks. And then when you're ready to use it, this is the other reason I really like these bottles. If you go to my website, if you actually scroll down to the link below, there is a link to my website, and it will take you out to my website where you will be able to purchase these bottles. And there you go, just take that off, and now pop in your oil dispenser top, and it's ready to drizzle on your bread. Make it a dipper for bread with a little balsamic vinegar. Drizzle it on some roasted vegetables, over your salad. What else? There's so many great uses for your herb-infused, oregano-infused olive oil. Let's talk a little bit now about how to make a tincture. A tincture is nothing more than just a very, very concentrated product or oil of whatever herb you're using. To make a tincture, you can use your fresh herb, or you can use your dried herb. If your oregano's blooming, great. Use your flowers on your oregano. I think especially the flowers in the herb-infused oil are so pretty. Just make sure you acidify them along with the leaves though. For the tinctures, you don't need to acidify it because you are going to be using either vodka or a high-proof grain alcohol for your tincture. And you're going to just take your herb, put it in a container, cover it with, you can pack, or not, pack it really, but you can have a lot of herb and dried herbs as well. Just cover it with alcohol and put a lid on it, set it in that same cool, dark place for up to, well, there's really no limit as to how long you want to leave it there. Yeah, on second thought, yeah, there is. You want to take it out within 2 months, but I usually let it infuse somewhere around 6 weeks. When that 6 weeks is up, 4 to 6 weeks or even a little longer, then you take and you strain out all of your herbs. It's all, the herbs are pretty broken down at that point. Strain everything out and take that concentrated oregano solution, put it in a dark glass bottle with like a little medicine dropper or lid on it, that you can get a medicine dropper into it, because you're going to want to only use a drop at a time. Use it like you would an essential oil. It's basically an essential oil. One of the other ways that you can use herbs medicinally is to make a poultice. Oregano makes a great poultice. Just take the oregano leaves like this, put them in a mortar with a pestle, crush them up, and then take those crushed oregano leaves and use it as a natural remedy for insect bites and mosquito bites and stings. Farmer Fred was outside yesterday and he came in and he was like, "Do you have any of that oregano?" And I go, "Yeah." I said, "What do you need it for?" He says, "I got nailed by some wasps." He was cleaning out an area. There was a wasp nest there, and he got nailed big time by the wasps. He's not highly allergic, but he does get a pretty good localized reaction. So I ground up some oregano, made a nice poultice. We put it on there, and it did really help. Something to think about, something to try. Thank you so much for watching this video and clicking the like button as well as subscribing. Go to my website as well to read more about how you can make herb-infused oils, tinctures, and poultices. And we'll see you next time on the Dr. Jonette channel.